What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, as always. I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. It is the end of Taco Tuesday. Tomorrow's already hump day, and I am dreading it because, you know what? I'm going to practice what I preach, because if you're going to talk the talk, then you have to walk the walk. This week is a terrible week for our Cowboys. Let's make no bones about it. Yeah, we kind of made a comeback and stuff and fell a little bit short and so on. You know, in the end, it doesn't matter. It didn't matter. That loss counts the same as the week before, where we get mollywopped by New Orleans. We've lost. We've got Washington and we got the Eagles with 2 wins, 1 loss, and we're tied with the Giants, beating the same bad team. And we have a game. We have a game in less than 48 hours that may go a long way to determining this season. Now, I posted a video about CeeDee Lamb basically owning that he had a temper tantrum and understanding that he can't do that. He's got to be better than what he was. I posted actually on my other channel a video that I was actually recording when that news broke about reasons why he's having a harder time this year than last year. Contested passes, per se. If you look at his first 4 years, last year was the lowest at 15%. Well, because he was so successful last year, defensive coordinators look at the Cowboys offense, which was the highest scoring in the NFL, and said, CeeDee Lamb is the big guy. We got rid of Tony Pollard. We're not worried about that guy. And Jake Ferguson missed the second game. There are no guys out on the team that you look at and say, you know, are deal breakers. That being said, that means he's getting more attention. So instead of having 15% of the catches or passes thrown his way being contested, right now 39. Defensive coordinators are hanging people all over him. Be that as it may. I did that video kind of giving him at least a little bit of a buy and an understanding as why it's getting more difficult. And when you become the guy, they're going to give you more attention. And that's the same thing that's happened with Micah Parsons too. That people have been picking apart what he does well, and they're countering it, which makes it harder for him. And it's funny because I don't know what team this guy supports, but I said, my wife always says to me, own your shit. When you mess up, don't make it worse by blaming somebody else or lying about it. Own it. Realize you screwed up and do something about it. And I said, I'm actually proud that he took ownership of it. I'm not proud about the performance, but I'm glad that he ended up realizing there's a problem and maybe he can fix this. And lo and behold, I get blasted. You know, are you kidding me? You're proud of that guy. You're a stupid piece of blah. And it's just like, dude, understand what I'm saying, please. But here's what I want you to understand. You know, I don't know exactly how it goes, but basically it goes, the foot bone's connected to the ankle bone, and the ankle bone's connected to the shin bone, and the shin bone's connected to the thigh bone, and the thigh bone's connected to the tailbone, right? And that's what it is when you think about the offense and the defense. And I know you're saying, what the hell is this guy talking about? Is he drunk? No. But see, here's what you have to understand. The offense is tied to the offensive line. The offense is tied to the offensive line, or the quarterback's tied to the offensive line. The quarterback is tied to the running backs or the wide receivers. And you have to have all of these things work. In much the same way you need to have a foot bone, an ankle bone, a shin bone, and a thigh bone to be able to move this leg and walk. Well, the Cowboys need that offensive line, which has two young starters on it, that's learning its way to be able to play. Because when there's struggles on the offensive line and the quarterback has got less time or has people in his face when he's trying to throw, it makes it more difficult. I know what the haters are going to say. You're making excuses. No, I'm trying to make you understand things. Because if the offensive line can't block, then the running backs probably aren't going to get many yards. Can we agree with that? If the running back doesn't get many yards, then the quarterback becomes one-dimensional. And one-dimensional quarterback makes it easier for the defensive line. The defensive line, knowing that the offense can't run the ball, means I am going through and selling out to get the quarterback, which means there's more pressure on the quarterback because we're not worried about the run game. And if we're not worried about the run game, and we don't have to put 8 men in the box, and we can tee off on the quarterback, then that means we're going to have some extra guys in the secondary to double cover a player or two. And if I double cover the best player that they have on the field and they don't have another viable option, then guess what? The defense wins. The defense wins. So we have to understand, for a play to go right, you need 11 guys to do the right thing and be on the same page. I need the center to be able to snap the ball to the quarterback and be able to block his guy. I need these guys to be able to go off in unison and protect the quarterback. I need the wide receiver to be able to look at the ball being snapped and not jump off sides, be able to run his route, and hopefully run it crisp, clean enough that he can get separation. I need that running back, maybe to go out in a route, maybe to chip a player on the way out. Maybe he has to save the quarterback's ass. And I need the quarterback to be able to see what the hell's going on and find the best player to hit the ball with. All these things have to happen, but if you take one of these things away, the play will fail. And that's where we are right now. Some of this is relying on young players. Some of this is not having enough great players. Some of this is we're just getting to know each other and learn the system. I say all this to say it can get better. There is potential there. With Tyler Guyton, he's got to learn not to hold. He needs to understand some of the moves that these guys will make. Cooper Beebe is raw. He's got the power and the strength. We just need to get these guys coordinated together and to be able to start opening some holes. We may need to go out and we may need to get another running back if Dalvin Cook can't do more production than what we have right now. We may need to go out and get another receiver. These things are all possibilities of doing things to improve if you have a desire from an organization that wants to do this. Now, that's the real question. Because I'm trying to understand why we are here, Jerry. Are we here because we want to win the Super Bowl? Or are we here to make noise? If we're here to make noise, we're making plenty of it. If we're here to make money, you're making tons of it, more than anybody else. But if we're here to win a Super Bowl, then you're going to need to act like you're trying to win a Super Bowl. You're going to need to figure out ways to bring in enough talent to be able to beat and overcome other teams. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When you look at the 90s team, you can say Troy Aikman was great, and he was. But Troy Aikman didn't just have Michael Irvin out there. He had the Great Wall of Dallas to go with him. He had his security blanket in Jay Novacek. He had a complimentary receiver in Alvin Harper. He had an incredible fullback in Moose Johnson. Oh, and by the way, he had the all-time leading rusher. He didn't have a bunch of guys and Zeke Elliott who spent in the backfield. He didn't have two rookie offensive linemen and a guy who does not quite seem to be the same after the ACL at right tackle. You follow what I'm saying, people? And this one gets to be hard because the only thing I hear is Dak, 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 Dak. It keeps getting fired at me. Dak, 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 Dak. People. People who say we wasted money on Dak Prescott. You know, the second highest paid player is Trevor Lawrence, who just got paid. He's got 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception, and I think he's got a 71 quarterback rating right now. Has the 3rd most turnovers in the NFL since the beginning of last year. Only Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts have more. Is on an 8-game lose streak, and the head coach is not sure he's going to start it next week. It's funny how I don't hear anybody out there talking about how bad Trevor Lawrence is and how they should have never paid that guy. Oh, and I can say Deshaun Watson, who now has had 2+ years of playing there in Cleveland on a fully guaranteed contract that's only $1 million less than Dak Prescott, and they literally are trying to find a way that they can get out of that contract. So those out there that saying Dak ain't worth it, give me a fat baby break. Give me a fat baby break. It gets tiring sometimes trying to fight the good fight. But I'm going to keep on doing just that. Love me, hate me, I'm still going to be here. And I will be on the Dan Saleo show tomorrow. God. If you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. All right, good people. Looks like the fire is almost out. Got to get my truck over tomorrow morning early to get worked on. And, yeah. Today was a good day. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but those of who follow what I do on my other channel, Jobu's Day Job, I was showing you guys how I was reclaiming some wood, and it was actually from a shed that's got to be at least 50, 60 years old, because the wood flooring was antique hardpot, and the floor joists in it had rotted out, so it was literally on the ground. But this, around my sports desk right here, is some of the floorboards that I cleaned up to reuse. You know, we always want to throw stuff away, but there's nothing more beautiful than an antique hardpot that literally takes a couple of 100 years to grow. And being able to save that and use that, for me, is incredible. And I think it looks damn beautiful. And once I get this thing varnished, it'll really stand up and stand tall. But that's what I do. Okay, good people. Remember, tell the people you love how much you love them. You might not get the chance again. And I love you guys. Even when you guys are rude and nasty to me and literally say I'm a piece of shit. I love y'all too. And one day you guys won't have me to kick around anymore. And you guys will miss me. Peace out.